Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a nice holiday yesterday. You know, Paul, I spent a lot of time talking to my family, my friends, and my clergymen, and we all agree that you cannot imagine enduring greater pain than having a raccoon bite your nose and not release the grip. You understand? He would not release the grip.
Not release it. In your imagination, this happened.
Well, right,
It's
yeah.
not a real story.
No, but I mean...
And there's no punchline to the story.
Yeah, but imagine the pain.
There would be.
I don't think there's any greater pain to be experienced by man.
Plus, if you had an armful of wood, you wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Your hands would be occupied with the wood.
And the whole ordeal took like 45, 50 minutes.
And during this entire time, the raccoon would not release his grip on your nose.
Exactly.
In your dreams.
Our first guest tonight is a very funny man, boy, not a minute too soon, who visits us regularly here on the show. He recently, listen, this is pretty impressive, recently sold out a solo concert at New York's Town Hall from the 6th to the 11th of December. He will be at Catch a Rising Star in Chicago. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back Jerry Seinfeld. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. What's up?
I never didn't have a play on in my life.
This is the first
music.
time? Well, Paul, what's the deal over there?
Well, this is a crazy thing we do here. We only play on a comedian if he's going to go out to the center stage and do a monologue.
Oh.
Otherwise, we let him come out in the cold, stark reality.
Ooh, that's awful. Well, see, next time, phone ahead, and we'll get you a little something.
It's like performing in silhouette.
I'm sorry, has this thrown you now to the point you won't be able to perform?
Yeah, forget it, I refuse.
Well, is Hunter here? Or
I have to get back to the raccoon story.
I have a great raccoon story. How have you been doing?
Oh, just great. I feel so much better now that the whales are free.
Yeah, sure.
The stupidest whales. Do you realize they spent $1,800,000? These are the most moronic whales in the ocean. They figure winter's coming. Let's go towards the ice and snow. They're supposed to be in Mexico now. Right. The other whales are already down.
Migrating.
They're migrating.
Right.
They're 4 months late.
Right.
They will get there in January.
All right.
The other whales, where were you guys? You know, and they'll probably say, did you see us on TV? You're like some father has an idea. Hey, I have a great idea for a cheap vacation, you know, off season, you know, there's a place, no whales, we'll have a great time, you know.
Yeah.
Takes them into the ice.
But still, I thought it was a nice gesture that everyone was so concerned, and we got them out, and they're on their way now.
Why, so we can reproduce more stupid whales like this and have them pull them out of the Panama Canal and...
No, but you want to encourage the development of the whale population, I think.
Not that particular segment, though. Those are idiot, stupid whales.
So there should be some intelligence screening, is what you're saying.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's see how bright they are before we get in there with the trawlers and the icebreakers.
So you've been traveling a lot all over the country?
Yeah, I travel all over. Do you think I mind that?
Probably you do.
Not at all.
Really? You don't mind it?
Not a bit.
See, it would trouble me.
No, I don't mind it. I don't mind misconnections. I don't mind delays. I don't mind lost reservations. But I do mind the annoying pilot chit-chat. These guys, they always come on. You know what, the little thing, sure is a pleasure having you on board. What's the pleasure? The guy is flying every day. Is he up there in the cockpit? Hey, this feels good. Who's back there today? Get me the names of these people. Folks, it's a pleasure having you on board. I don't know what you're doing back there, but it's working for us here in this cockpit. My fantasy is that I have, like, my own intercom at the seat, so I can talk back to the pilot. You know, when you just go, yeah, Chuck, Jerry back here in 35D. Is there any chance you could shut up and drive? Is that a possibility at all? We're cranky, we're crowded. Drop those oxygen masks. See what these babies can really do.
35D, that's a good seat.
Yeah.
You're getting some kind of a deal, aren't you?
35D.
Yes, sir.
I didn't even know planes were that long.
Yeah. I like to hear it from the cockpit. I enjoy that.
You do?
Yeah. And in fact, when I get on the plane, the first thing I do, if they'll let me, is I go into the cockpit and I talk to them.
Really?
And I quiz them about things that I've heard and make sure that it all adds up with what I know, which is precious little, but it makes...
But they tell you what you're going over.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I don't care if he's making a left by Colorado.
Yeah, but better what you're going over than going into. You see? I find that reassuring.
Oh, I really find fear of flying. I have no patience with it. I think it's really stupid. Yeah.
Well, no, I agree. It's probably unreasonable. Oh, you don't need to applaud. We have to do a commercial, and then we'll continue here with Jerry Seinfeld. Are you at a level in your life where you do your own cooking? Do you have a staff come in and cook for you? I mean,
Yes, I have
what is your life like when you're not traveling?
I have no life.
Yeah.
In my constant search to get a life, I called the phone company to get the call waiting thing.
Oh, I don't care for that.
Oh, I think that's the greatest thing.
You like call waiting?
Well, because you're talking with someone, you hit a button, new person.
Well,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And the other person is in this call waiting isolation chamber. They can't get out.
Yeah.
And only you can let them out.
Yeah.
And they sit there. You ever see someone sitting on call waiting? It's like their soul has left their body. They're just... Are you talking with someone? I don't know. I think the ultimate phone accessory would be if the phone company could come up with like a thing that makes your phone immune to call waiting. In other words,
A shield of some
people
sort.
try and get rid of
Right.
you, but they can't.
Yeah, you're there
You know what I
forever.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. They keep hitting the button and I'm still here, Fred. Now why don't you take your hand away from that button and listen to what I have to say? So I can't get the call waiting in my neighborhood. It's not available in my area.
Good. I don't care for it.
Till 1992.
Oh, my.
I said, hey, that's really call waiting.
But I always get the feeling that if I'm talking to somebody who has call waiting and you hear that annoying little click and they say, hang on a second,
Right.
you immediately feel like, oh, somebody more important than I am.
You have to audition now
Yeah.
to get
I
back
don't,
on
I
the
don't
line.
care.
with
I think
that
it's
person.
the height of rude behavior on the
Yeah,
phone.
that
Yeah.
must be why I like it. But I have some good news. I got a thing in the mail. Now, this is maybe a little premature for me to talk about, but I got a thing in the mail, and it seems apparently at this point anyway, I may have already won some very valuable things. I
Wow.
don't even know what I've won or how I got into this thing, but at this point anyway, I am among the top people.
You have a correspondence to indicate this?
They're not saying definitely. They've only said that I may have.
Oh.
Now,
wow.
the possibility does exist that I may have already lost. You never get an envelope that tells you you have lost,
No,
do you?
no, of
I would
course
like to once get one, you have definitely lost. Just, ha, ha, ha. You know, you turn it over, not even close. You know, inside is this whole letter of explanation. Even we cannot believe how badly you've done in this contest. Where the hell was your head when you filled out these forms? We have better things to do than waste our time on losers like you, you know.
Don't you think that winning would be very embarrassing? Then you'd have to be in the commercials with all of those other people who won?
Well, but if I've already won, they've probably finished celebrating and everything's all over. I get in
missed
there,
it.
there's a guy sweeping up confetti. I just, you know,
You missed the whole deal.
there's
huh?
like a half a piece of cake left if I get down there right now.
All right, so anyway, back to the original question.
Oh, the food
When
thing.
you're at home and it's dinner time, what do you do?
I eat a lot of cereal, a lot of milk. My big problem in life is how much milk do I have? Sometimes I think I have milk. I'm not sure how much milk I have. Sometimes I think I need milk. I get milk. Turns out there was milk. Now I have too much milk.
Yeah.
I would like to have a milk monitor. This is what I would pay for. A guy that stands in front of the refrigerator all day, just so when you walk out the door, it goes, "You're okay for tomorrow." You know. I would pay for that to avoid that moment when there's so little milk in the carton,
Yeah.
you go to lift it up and you slam it into the roof of the refrigerator. I would like to know what the hell is going on there, that my muscles are too strong. No matter how little I work out, it's a good thing the refrigerator's there. I'd probably fling that milk right across the room if it wasn't.
So you'd have a guy monitoring that
Yes, he would just have a big dipstick and he would
24
go,
hours a day.
you know, you're down a quart, you know.
Let's see here. You'll be in Chicago.
Chicago, Duke University, and Norwalk, Connecticut, New Year's Eve.
Great, great. And the 6th of the 11th of December, that's when you're in Chicago.
Chicago, right.
Great. Good to see you.
Thanks, Dave.
Nice job. Thanks for being here. There's Seinfeld, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.